Hey guys, what's up? It is your girl Looney Tune, and yeah, I want to talk about some current things that happened today. First off, let me just say happy birthday to my daughter Sean. She is 21 today. I am so happy that she is officially an adult. Yes, she is officially an adult. Yay. She doesn't live with me. She actually lives in Alabama. She lives away from home, so I'm pretty sure she'll probably watch this video. So Sean, happy birthday. We love you. We're so proud of you. Yeah, and we can't wait to see you when you come back home to visit. Alright. What else? Tax day. Okay. Happy tax day, everybody. So I know you guys don't want to pay taxes, but unfortunately it is something that we have to do. So hopefully you guys was able to get your taxes done tonight. I mean today, or by today, you know, since it's the deadline. Also, hope you guys have if you weren't able to get it in the day, that you filed for that extension, you know, so you can get your taxes done. Alright guys, so moving on. One of the things that I really wanted to talk about in this video was the Hernandez case that we got the verdict for today, and the sentencing. Now, the verdict came back and he was guilty of all the charges, you know, that were filed against him, as well as he had got sentenced to life, you know, without the possibility of parole. I was, you know, it was an emotional scene at the end of the, you know, trial. Watching his family and his fiance, watching the victim's family actually break down in tears. And basically this is a situation where nobody comes out, you know, nobody is, you know, better off than the next person, I guess. You know, everybody is gonna suffer somehow, you know what I'm saying. Although it is very sad that Odin Lloyd did lose his life because of this situation. Everybody was very, very emotional, and it was quite a sad thing to watch. I don't want to really talk about the case in depth. All I really want to talk about is this end result. And one of the things I really want to talk about is the reaction of the jury. You know, I was watching CNN and I saw the reaction of the jury at the end when the, you know, when the media comes together and they all start talking to the jurors about the situation, about the case and everything. And they were asking the jurors questions, and the whole group of them were very jubilant. They were very happy and very laughing, and you know, they were just doing a whole lot of laughing and smiling. And I'm sitting there watching like, okay, I'm looking at the facts here. Fact one, there's a man that's dead. That's one. Two, there's a man that's gonna be in jail for the rest of his life. I don't see the funny. I don't see how any of that is funny. I don't see how you could be in any position to be very happy and laughing and smiling. You know what I'm saying? Guilty or not guilty. You know what I'm saying? And I posted this to my Facebook page and Twitter. I said it, and you know, I don't have a problem with saying it. Guilty or not guilty, you should not be laughing about someone else's fate like that. You know, you should not be laughing after the fact a man has lost their life. You know, I don't know if it was because they were sequestered for so long that all of them just really wanted to feel like laughing, or it was uncomfortable laughter, or whatever the hell it was. I felt uncomfortable by it because I was sitting there like watching. I was just like, why the fuck are they laughing? What's so goddamn funny about this situation? I mean, like, maybe, I mean, because you didn't believe certain things that that the defense was presenting. Okay, fine, whatever. You ain't gotta believe it, but you sitting there laughing about it. I don't really understand that whole situation. That kind of disturbed me, made me feel kind of disgusted with the whole situation, with how they actually you know, handle that. I didn't like that. Another thing that made me it just really kind of tripped me out was you got Aaron Hernandez, right? You got this man. He's a $40 million tight end for the New England Patriots, right? $40 million. You got this man, $40 million. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here and I cannot wrap my head around the fact that what in the world makes a man what makes any man think that they could just take a life? And what kind of mental state did this man have to be in to, one, you go to work and you play football and you make all these millions of dollars, but then at the end of the day, you go home or you get with, you know, whoever you happen to be hanging with, and you end up killing a man over God knows what the reason is. You know, whatever the reason is. It could have been any reason. It could have been gang related, some type of shit. It could have been, you know, a beef. It could have been drug related. It could have been anything. You know, but my whole thing is, what is wrong with you being what is wrong with you being a $40 million player, living your life? You have a fiance, you have a 7-month-old child. What is wrong with you living your life, going home, being with your family, you know, and playing the game of football that so many of us love so much, because I am a huge football fan? What is wrong with that? You know, I mean, is it really too much like right for you to obey the law and just do what you're supposed to do? You know, I mean, for real, I know people that would do it for a quarter, not even a quarter, just a little bit, like maybe 2%, 1% of that $40 million that would like be like, you know what, I ain't got time for no fucked up shit. I ain't got time for nobody to be, you know, in my space making me do the wrong thing. I ain't got time for no pressure. I ain't got time for all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I got this money right here that's going to help me take care of me and mine for the rest of our lives. Why do I want to jeopardize that? And I can't wrap my head around it. I don't understand what in the hell could have been going through this man's mind. I don't know if he just looking at him as the verdict is read makes me believe there's something not right up here. Ain't something wrong up there. And it's just kind of disturbing to me. You know, I mean, because money ain't gonna get you out of this. You know what I'm saying? All that money you had, and it would not get you out of this. But the point is, why you have all of this? You have everything that you could possibly want. What else is it that you need? Whereas though you have to take a man's life, and then on top of that, you're not just going to be you're not on trial just for this murder. You have another case coming up with a double murder with 2 other people that he's charged for killing. I'm like, what? Who thinks of this type shit? But, you know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much what I thought about that particular story. The other situation, because there was a lot going on today. Seriously, there was a lot going on today. Now, something else happened. Some goofball, some old man decides to land his little helicopter, man-made thing on on the Capitol lawn. I don't get it. Now, this is my city. You know what I'm saying? This is Washington, D.C. And I happen to turn on the television and this is what I see. And then there are people downtown and they looking up in the sky and they see this man on this little thing looking like the Wright brothers flying over top over the park. And next thing you know, he's landed on the Capitol, you know, on the Capitol lawn, very close to the Capitol dome. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, but then see, at first it was funny. That's the thing. At the very first, it was funny, and immediately afterwards, it became very serious, because why didn't this man get shot out the sky? I'm just sitting there, I'm just like, oh my God, if it was anything else or anybody else, shouldn't we have expected, you know, I'm glad he didn't, you know, I'm glad he did not get hurt. But with the security issues and the security precautions that the Capitol should be taking, wouldn't it be normally, wouldn't there, you know, been some type of security breach, something? That's a no-fly zone. Basically, that's a no-fly zone, and shouldn't nobody be flying over top of that, much less anybody in an aircraft that's, you know, man-made. Come on now. I sat there and I just watched it, and I just said, oh my God, this is one really irritating, sick guy. Something's wrong with him, because, you know, and then he says he wants to prove a point. I don't know what your point is. Well, I kind of do know what your point is. If the point was to make it seem like that our security is not as tight as we would like it to be, then yeah, you made your point. If your point was that anybody can get on the, you know, the Capitol lawn, okay, you made your point. I guess he made his point. But if he had been shot, you know what I'm saying, the point that would have been made is, don't do stupid things like fly over no-fly zones. That would have been the point. I still think that's the point, because the man was taken away in custody, and I don't even know if he's going to be charged or not. I don't know what the situation is. But, yeah, I'm sitting there watching. I'm just like, what the hell is going on with folks today that just think they can do whatever the hell they feel like it without any kind of consequences, you know? I don't understand. You know, you do things in this world, you break the rules, and something will happen to you. Trust, if you break the rules, things will happen to you. So with that being said, guys, that is the end of my VEDA video for day 15. This one probably ran a little long because I had a lot to say. Actually, tomorrow I'm actually going to post my video for my Beauty Box 5 for April. So that is the video that will be my VEDA day 16, and I'm gonna post that for you guys tomorrow. Okay, alright guys, so like I said, with that being said, I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. Have a great tax day, I guess, if you can. So until then, guys, oh, follow me on my social medias. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on my Facebook page. The link will be below in the description box. Alright, oh, and follow me on Instagram. Alright, at LockLooneyTune. Alright, peace.